Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. I am very hyped today because we are starting another challenge where I am going to read a certain amount of pages every day. So if you were on my channel last year, I did one video where I read 1,000 pages a day and one video where I read 1,500 pages a day. So a part of me wants to do 2,000 one day a day, but that is a lot. So we are doing something different where I have made a magic wheel. And in this wheel, I have put, as you can probably read for the title of this video, pages between 100 to 2,000. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, blah, 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 up to 2,000. And the thing is that then we will have some excitement. It could be a very easy day where if I get 100 pages, I'm going to be done in like 40 minutes, you know. If I get 2,000 pages, I will be absolutely dying. So it's a whole thing. And in this wheel, it's like when we have used one number, I will take it away from the wheel so that like we can't get the same one again. I mean, there is more than 7 options in here. This challenge is 7 days because it's 1 week. So obviously we won't get through all the numbers, but then it will be scary if you use, for example, a lot of the lower ones earlier or a lot of the higher ones earlier or whatever. I have a lot of like crafting I want to do. I bought coloring books, new ones. I have a book nook I want to build. I haven't done my journal pages for March yet. I mean, soon in the end of April. So I have a lot of like other things I want to do and fiddle with, but I might need to be stuck in my reading chair for the rest of the week instead of doing the crafting. But if I get very easy ones, I can do some crafting. At the same time, I do want to read a lot of books, but I am excited. I'm very scared actually. There's another version of this I want to do at another time. I had like 2 different versions of the same challenge in a way, and I'm thinking I would do that a bit later. So that will come later, but we are doing one challenge at a time. I hope you're excited. And now I'm gonna start recording my screen. We're gonna spin the wheel. You're gonna spin the wheel. Let's go. I honestly thought for a moment we were gonna get 100 pages. We got 1,900 pages. Hiding the slice. That is like as a worst start we could have. I'm like very hyped today for other reasons. I just got a like job offer and I feel really adult and cool. Like my first real salaried job. So congratulations to me. So I would try to not be too distracted reading 1,900 pages. I am already late to this challenge today because I've been like job modding and all that. What I even say now? I did not expect this. Okay, I did expect it, but I didn't expect it. We would just start. The first book I'm gonna read is Asunder by Kirsten Hall. This I have on Libby. I'm just laughing because I got this. So many pages. I'm gonna go insane. So no crafting today. It is 432 pages according to Goodreads. I will see how much it is when I open it. So when I read this done in like 3 hours, we still have a lot left. I shall keep you updated. Wish me good luck. What is happening? I don't know. Hello. So it is a bit later. I feel very slow because I keep being distracted by things. It is already 3 p.m. and I finished one book with 432 pages. It was Asunder by Kirsten Hall, as I said. A lot of pages left because we got so high number. And I'm not going to share that much thoughts about this one because it is in theory for another vlog, so I'll have more thoughts then and wrap up, etc. And also this vlog will be probably very long anyway. But I liked it a lot in the beginning, and then it was a bit like but then it was fun again in the end. So it was a bit up and down. I am in between like a 3 and 4. It is about this woman who has this deal with kind of like this creature, so she can communicate with like the dead and like communicate with them, and then she goes and investigate cases because she can like commune with the dead like after they died of deaths, etc. And then she saves lives of this person, and then they are connected. And then the way she did this is a bit like, I wouldn't exactly maybe call it illegal, but it is a bit like on the side. And then it evolves into a bit of a love story. I thought in the beginning, by the way, that this cover looked like a historical fiction from like old days, but then when you look closer at it, it is actually a really pretty fancy cover. But it just took a moment for me to realize. I really liked the writing and I liked the story. I just felt it was a bit like whatever in the middle. So again, I'm between a 3 and a 4. I don't know if I should round it up or down yet, but maybe like a 3.5. That is my very quick thoughts. Now I am starting my next book because that's what I gotta do. And I have the song Rising. So I was supposed to read the next ones as well, 2 months ago for this buddy read I was doing with friends. And I did not because I was stuck in the Illumicraft vlog, which is another vlog that I posted right before this one. And I finished the Illumicraft vlog, and under the challenge I thought, well, let's binge them so that I can actually make some progress. I today got off Dark Mirror of Hold, which is the newest one in the series, because I haven't bought it because the height to match this hasn't come out and doesn't come until next year. So it is kind of perfect. But then obviously I need to reread this before. I have read 1 and 2, like the reread of the revised version of Bone Season, and the second one, the Mime Order. This follows Paige, who is a clairvoyant in London in the future, and clairvoyants are outlawed, so she's hunted and living with I was gonna say a mafia boss, but one of the gangs in the underworld basically. And then she gets caught, and then there's like a whole, I'm not gonna call it a conspiracy, but there's a whole like reason behind why the society is the way it is, and then she's working against it, to say it like that. And it's really like weird what's behind everything, and I didn't know what it was when I started the series, so I don't want to tell you. But it is like dystopian with clairvoyants with different powers that like has to do with spirits, and she's a dream walker, so she can walk into people's dreams and spy on them, etc. And she's like really weird, etc. And then it evolves a lot from there. The author revised all of the books that was out last year, so I've been rereading through them. And then it's really funny because I particularly didn't love the series the first time I read it. I have been liking it more upon reread, but I'm not actually loving it. But I'm spending a lot of time rereading them anyway. But yeah, I'm reading this, and then there is like this short story in between. This is the 3rd book in the series, and then the 4th book in the series. I think it's called the Down Chorus. So I'm reading that as well. I haven't checked the pages for that, like in a second, because I'm gonna check that after this. And then I can read a manga, because then I read 2 eyebrow reads, one before this video that I read yesterday, and then this, and then Asunder that I just read, which is good for a little page booster, even though it's just a tiny manga. And then you should see me at that point. I'm just in the living room, and we are listening to Epic, the musical. Is that what it's called? I just call it Odyssey, even to make my life easier. But now we're gonna take Gigi out. She wants to go to toilet very badly, so we're gonna do that. And you should see me later. I have moved again. I am also I am in the middle of a yawn attack and I can't stop. But I have finished things. I finished The Song Falling, which was, how much was it? I have already forgotten. I'm gonna check. I have my spreadsheet. It was 341 pages. Woo. I found it a bit boring the first time I read it. I found it a bit boring now. I gave it a 2.5. So yeah, I just the way I expected, I guess, different things from it. And I just was not invested now either. I wish I was more invested and all that. And I'm excited for the next one because that is my favorite from all the reads. And I'm excited for the newest one as well. So yeah, that is great reviews for me today. I am also very tired. It is over 8 now. And I have a lot left, so I'm a bit worried for myself. But I also then read the Down Chorus, as I said. I found that is 78 pages, bringing us up a bit more. And I read it. This is set between as I said, the 3rd and the 4th book in Bone Season. So I read it. It was kind of nice, the breather, and it was a little character development and furthering the cases and stuff that is gonna happen in the next one. So I liked it fine, and I gave it a 3 star. That was a really loud bird, if you could hear that. It was really loud. Then I read my manga, as I said I would. So I read Love is War, Volume 7, which was the next one I need to read. This follows these 2 people, the student council president and the vice student council president, that are in love with each other, but they don't want to admit it. And then they do all these different things to make the other one admit it, basically. Or it has derived. I can't find the word I wanted. Developed since then a bit, obviously, but it's still basically about the same thing. And I read it, and this was 216 pages according to Goodreads. So we are a few more pages up still. So with all of that together, we have read 1067 pages. I have 833, that was a word, pages left, which is still a lot. And it's 8. But my next read is The Mask Falling, which is the fourth book in Bond season. So it's like now I'm on a roll, and now I can read this, and then I can go straight into Dark Mirror, and then we can read other stuff tomorrow. I don't know how thick Dark Mirror is. I need to check on like Goodreads because I don't have the physical. Mask Falling is, wait, I wrote it down on the other thing here, 461 pages. So if I put that in here, then after that I need to read 372 more pages. So maybe like one more book, or like a lot of the next book, but not completely finished, which I would then finish tomorrow. But we are closing in on something, at least. I feel like I've been very distracted all day. Like I used at least, I think, 3 hours I could have read on other things that distracted me. So we would have been done earlier if I wasn't distracted. Also, 1,900 pages is a lot. Little manga helped, obviously. So I shall update you when I'm done with Mask Falling, and hopefully I will enjoy that more. Yay! It is midnight in... Oh my god, look at me. Look at her. She looks stupid. It is midnight in about 4 minutes. I am actually dying a bit. But obviously, like, even though it's over midnight, it's like still day one. Even if it wasn't, it's fine. Like, I'm allowing myself to read also the next day if I can't make it. I finished, sorry, I'm like all scattered in my brain. It's mushy after reading so much. I finished Mask Falling. It was fine, better than Songwriting, but I still feel like totally fine about it, and ended in an exciting way though, and I'm excited to read Dark Mirror. I'm giving it a 3. I honestly don't have more thoughts on that. And then we have 272 pages left. I'm hoping to do that in less than 2 hours, because I kind of want to go to bed before 2 a.m. because I'm waking early for this thing, for this challenge, but also for other things. So I should read Dark Mirror now, which I checked is like 500 and something pages on Goodreads. But I find it sometimes hard to know exactly which page you're on when you read like digitally. So I'm deciding to read another book in between that I have physically, so I can see when I'm exactly on page 272. What I was planning to do after finishing up Bond season is to read books on 25 and 25 and sequels I need to finish, which were books I picked out earlier this year and have barely made any progress because I was doing the Illumcraft log. And one of the books on that list is The Lotus Empire, which is the last book in the Burning trilogy, which is a fun sapphic series. It starts out with this princess and her handmaiden that is helping the princess to get back her kingdom, who is trapped in the first one. There's also this like cool magic, and then there's this like where virus king people. I have read 1 and 2 and really enjoyed. So this is the third and final one. This is more than 272. It is like 400 and... Ooh, wait, it was really hard to check actually. 494. So yes, I just looked at the last page without reading anything. So I will read the 372 and then stop, and then read the rest tomorrow for whatever we get done. And then after that, read Dark Mirror. I'm hoping it won't be too late. Wish me good luck. See you when I finish that. I look like a disheveled shit. It's very late. I'm very hot. And I'm very tired. It's soon 2 a.m. I have now read 1,900 pages. It's amazing. If you wondered, I used today in reading time 7 hours and 41 minutes, which granted I feel like is not that much, but we did it. I'm happy, and it was a time. I'm really enjoying Lotus Empire. It's dramatic, it's fun, and I thought before I go to bed that we will spin the wheel so that I can mentally prepare myself for what's gonna happen tomorrow, because I mean I feel like it can't get worse since like unless we get 2,000, but it can only get better from here, right? Right, Erica? Yay! So, I just want a bit more free time than I had today. That would be great. But let's go in and spin the wheel. Erica's controller just made a huge sound. She's playing, what's it called? It's Assassin's Creed Shadow? Is it Shadow? Yeah. And then we muted the TV, but not her controller. Okay, let's see if I can record my screen. Okay, so we are spinning. We are spinning the wheel. Please. but then it landed on 2000. I don't know if I'm gonna cry, but at least the next day it can't get worse. But seriously, I'm going to bed. Goodbye. It is next morning. I had to shower because my hair was nasty for me. So I usually curl my hair. I've been curling my hair like every time I shower for like 3 months. But I don't really feel like I have time. Curling my hair takes about 2 hours. And I don't have it in me to do for 2 hours when I need to read that many pages. So I'm a bit sad because like I haven't seen my hair like this in ages. And I'm like, ew, who are you, Sandra? Is this interesting to say? I don't know. But I will probably be able to do it later in the week unless we die. I'm still in shock that we got 1,900 and then 2,000. Like, I thought we will at least like have the fear of 2,000 for many days. On one hand, we are done with it early. That is good. In about 15 minutes, I'm going to a hotel in town to get too good to go. Did I say that yesterday? I cannot recall what I already told you. Yesterday night, I was delirious, which I've never done before. It's like breakfast buffet thing, so I'm hoping it is good, but because obviously it is kind of random if you get good stuff or bad stuff. And then obviously I will read. I need to leave soon, but I will read in those minutes I had before and read when I get back home. Obviously I'm going to finish this. I think according to the spreadsheet that I have not now yet opened, I think it was 128 pages left of this. So after that I have what 1,800 and something left. So yeah, then I will be reading Dark Mirror, I think, or something. Yes. So yeah, I might bring you with me just to get the thing. I also really need to cut my bangs, but that takes time I don't have. Today I have much less things distracting me than I had yesterday. And it's only 100 pages more than yesterday. So I have full belief in absolutely that this will go fine. But I also think I will feel woozy after a while. Let's go. Hello, we had yummy breakfast as you saw, and now I finished Lotus Empire. It was really good. I have thoroughly enjoyed the whole series. Very sweet. I would definitely like in a few years definitely reread, probably about maybe on audio or something. It was good. It had good elements, good world building, good relationship, good characters, good writing. I'm giving it a strong 4. I'm just reviewing. My review game is on point in this vlog. So we have now read all of 122 pages. We have 1,878 left. Love that. So I'm reading Dark Mirror now. I just wanted to see, what did it say on Goodreads? So obviously, not always all pages in the book is pages you read. But since I don't have the physical, we're just gonna live with that. It says it is 576 pages, so we're gonna go with that. Also, every like Bond season has like pages that like is numbered with X, like X1, X2, whatever. Like the, what's it called, Romeric numbers. But they don't count in like the actual pages. I actually read more pages, but I didn't count them in because they weren't like the pages of the page count, whatever. So after this, we still have way over 1,000 to read, but I should read this and then I will see you then in a few hours. It is now 12:07. So, love that. Hello. It is such nice weather outside and I'm in here drowning in books. I finished the Dark Mirror. Is that what it was called? I don't know. I feel like I used absolutely ages on that. We are now at 5 p.m. and we have read, let's check actually. Where is the thing? Where is it? We have read 698 pages. That is not a lot. That is not a lot. But we shall preserve. We shall do it. Where's the thing that I'm starting to read now? I just had it in front of me. Okay, it's here. Sorry, there's a lot of books and stuff everywhere. So what I'm going to read now is a manga, because now I have read 3 full-length books and I am rewarding myself with a manga. So then, like, we read Mask Falling, Lotus Empire, and Dark Mirror. So this is 192 pages. So I'm just going to add that to the spread thing. That means we are done on 890 pages, so we still need to read 1110 after that. I just went through with Erica, my best friend, if you don't know who it is, what books I should read next, because I'm finding it hard to find an order, and I just need to like do it quick, so I have like a game plan. This is the current game plan. Ignore the books on this side because they are like things that I need to unhaul, but this is the game plan, because these were in the piles over there. And the pile over there is books that I need to read and then I maybe unhaul. But then I also did, as I mentioned earlier, I did series I needed to finish, and then also 25. And I didn't have space in my TBR cards. I just put them all on top of all the books that I might unhaul. So that is why that is mass. And also like, they are not supposed to be there in theory, but I didn't have any other space for them, and I didn't want them in my shelf. So I went through a lot of them in those lists, and now like my plan is just to go through as many of them as possible, depending all on obviously how many pages I get over the next few days, because if I get very low numbers, I will only get through a few of them. But the first one is not the one you saw on top, A Crane Among Wolves. That is my next read. The first I'm starting with is Siste utvei for en engel, which is like the last exit for an angel by Keigo Higashino. This is a Japanese horror crime novel where we like have a detective that is really smart. The first one in the series following this detective dude was so good. I give it 5 stars and really loved it. It's translated by my Japanese teacher to Norwegian. So I'm going to read a Norwegian book, which is also a bit weird, but it is also translated into English and originally obviously in Japanese. So I'm actually very excited for this. However, I feel like I will read this slower because it is Norwegian, but also because I need to like keep up with the mystery, but we shall see how that goes. I need to check how many pages that is. It is 371, which is like not even that much, which means that we still have 700 or something after that again. So we definitely read A Crane Among Wolves as well, because I do believe that is around like 400 as well. And then probably start my next one after that. But yeah, I'll show up to you when it happens. Now to read Call Me, and then maybe up to you after I have finished the other one. I haven't decided. Yay! I just realized I gave absolutely 0 thoughts about Dark Mirror. I just forgot. So I thought it was a bit long. I thought maybe it's because I'm in this challenge and maybe that doesn't help. But like, I just thought it was long, and I felt like some parts I didn't care for, and maybe that's because I feel like I've been binging the series since yesterday, and it's just like I felt like a lot. But I do enjoy the characters, do enjoy the world. I really liked how the author has expanded on a lot of things. I just found some of it a bit boring. I feel like the things that are supposed to be like super big reveals and super cool stuff is happening. I just found myself like, well, whatever. But at the same time, I am intrigued of everything. I want to see how the series wraps up. But I'm not like loving it. Which is kind of how I felt the first time I read it, but then I felt like I liked it much less. I'm liking it more now. And I'm giving Dark Mirror a 3, I just forgot to say. And now I need to go and actually read. I don't have time to talk to you guys. Bye! It is a lot of hours later. I used so long finishing this. It is a murder case. But you kind of told the answer. And then I thought it was coming like a plot twist. There was a plot twist. But I was waiting for another plot twist. It was still really good. I really liked the investigation. I like how the book represents kind of like the case and like repeats details for you in the case in the investigation. Thought it was good and twisty and smart, and I enjoyed it a lot. But I was reading it very slowly, I feel like. And now it is 22 in the evening, and I have over 700 pages left. I think it will be fine, but still, it sucks a bit because I used so long on this, I feel like. I'm giving it a strong 4. Really like how it was. It wasn't as good as the other one, but it was still thoroughly good. And now we're going to the next one, which you already saw, which was A Crane Among Wolves. I'm hoping to read this a bit faster, even though this is actually also a murder mystery. Maybe, I think. I'm saying that very sure, and then I was unsure because the other books by the author, murder mysteries, set like back in the day in Joseon, aka the old name for Korea. So 1506, I do maybe believe it's a murder mystery, or maybe it's more like a fantasy. But other has been murder mysteries. This is 356 pages. So it's a bit shorter than the one we just read. So if I put that in, we still have 383 left, which I feel like around this time yesterday. I mean, depending how long I use this, we had like around the same amount yesterday, even though today I feel like I have less distractions. So I don't know what's going on. But I shall pull through. I shall read this. Hopefully I won't spend as long. And it's not in Norwegian, so that helps. And then you shall see me when that is done. Yay. Okay, so I did finish A Crane Among Wolves. Did enjoy it, fine. It was like a murder mystery, as I said. And then it's about like a really dark time in Korea where they had like the most awful emperor they ever had. We're looking for the sister of one of my characters, and the emperor, like in general, kidnapped and raped a lot of young women, which is obviously very bad. And then we're just doing this case. It's really like full of like, I guess, sadness and happiness of its time. And I enjoyed it like fine. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was a good like journey. It doesn't set up like as a mystery in like the sense of like the last one I read, but it was still fine. And I gave it a 3. I do think that it's written well and that the author makes good atmosphere. I just like didn't care that much for the characters in this one. And I feel like a lot of the characters and I guess like the stories from the author feels very similar. It's a lot about like the same things, which is not necessarily a bad thing because a lot of authors do that. It's just like I felt like I had read a book from the author before, but it was really interesting. I'm starting then my next read, which ended up being School for Good and Evil, which is book 3, The Last Ever After. This was picked out in series I needed to finish this year randomly, and I have book 3. I don't have the rest of the series. I don't know if I want to own the rest of the series. There's a lot of books in the series, like 6 books or something. It will take a lot of space on my shelves for the next 6 years. I'm trying to reflect on this. However, I don't really rely on haul either, because I did enjoy the first one, and I have it signed to me because I met the author. But a part of me is like, I could read the series done, like borrow the rest, and then maybe just unhaul and keep the first one as a token. But I haven't decided yet. I feel like this, that is 655 pages, need to make it or break it if I want to buy the rest of the series. Because I enjoyed the first one a lot, and then I felt this like I want to contradict a lot of the things I liked in the first one, while simultaneously still liking it, but not as much. So, like, the third book needs to kind of be the make it or break it book if I want to buy the rest or not. I think it's hard because if I'd read it when it was like coming out and gaining popularity, I feel like I would have more of a nostalgic connection to it, which would make me want to keep it. So even though I do enjoy it, I don't know if I enjoyed it enough to have it take over half of shelf space for the next 6 years. Just that, you know, that is how I need to reflect on all my books, apparently, which is kind of sad. Anyway, so obviously this is above what we need to read left. I'm checking my spreadsheet on my phone. We have 383 pages left. So I will read to page 303 in this one, which is funny because last night when I was reading Lotus Empire, I needed to read 372 right before, like that was the last book and I had pages left. It's very close to the same pages I have left. Like, isn't that like 11 page different? And it's also soon midnight, which I also feel like it was last night. But I do believe like this is going to be a easier read, maybe, because it is a YA or middle grade level YA. So there's that. But yeah, I shall start it. And hopefully like it has like cool like fairy tale thing it works on. I didn't even say what it was about, but like it's a school where there's like an evil school and a good school, and then like they're like the descendants of like known like fairy tale people in a way, or like inspired by them at least. And it's a whole thing, and it's about like friendship and stuff. So I'm gonna read, and then I will update you when I'm done. I finally finished. I didn't actually take that long. It took me like 1 hour and 3 minutes to finish 383 pages. It's honestly not that bad. My thought so far is that I'm a bit annoyed at the characters because they keep going back and forth. Like things we have established, we go back and forth like with the development all the time of kind of who's good, who's evil, what is good, what is evil. I get that is kind of part of the book, but it's a bit annoying. And then like they keep fighting about this boy. And I'm like, can you guys stop and just kiss each other? Just stop this boy. He's a whiny little brat and has been since day one. No one cares about him. And I like, they don't even need to end up with each other romantically. Can they just be best friends and live far away from this idiotic boy? I don't like him. And then also, I do like the atmosphere. I do like the ideas of like bringing back like legends and stuff. Like there's a lot of like Camelot, for example, stuff like that. I do enjoy a lot. And I like the like kind of humoristic, easy tone to the story. But it annoys me that we keep like reverting things that has already been established, because like it makes it inconsistent in my head, and that annoys me. But I am still like enjoying it, and it's a really fast read, so we are happy for that. Yay. So we are done. If you're curious, today I did spend, if he wants to show me, I did spend 8 hours and 21 minutes reading. And what was it yesterday again? I have forgotten. That was 8 hours and 5 minutes. So it wasn't that much difference, even though it was just 100 page difference. But granted, I feel like I spent longer today because I had less distractions today. So I don't know what's going on. But maybe. But we did it! And now it can't get worse. It can't get worse. and we're gonna spin the wheel. And a part of me is hoping for like a low number because then I can do some other stuff. Like I really want to edit a video and get it out. But another part of me is fine if I get like 1,000 because now I feel like that is gonna be super easy, you know? So I'm super tired. My eyes are stinging. My head is hurting. I've been tired all day because I had to wake early for the breakfast thing. But let's record my screen. Okay. Oh. Let's spin the wheel. That's not terrible. That's fine, actually. It's chill. Everything is chill now. I got 800, which is honestly like, it's like 1,200 pages less than today. I will get to finish the book, and my next read is also manga. So I feel like after that, it's just smooth sailing. But now I can't procrastinate too much because I feel like I will procrastinate because I think I have so good time. I still might be able to edit that video. Maybe some journaling. We shall see. We shall see what tomorrow brings. Now I'm gonna sleep. And I'm gonna sleep longer than usual because I deserve it. See you tomorrow. It is next morning. I'm in the exact same place as always. I have spent today actually filming. I was a bit with my dad who has birthday today. And I have now finished School for Good and Evil, The Last Ever After. So it was left after yesterday when I read quite a lot. We had 272 pages left, so I read all of that now. I enjoyed it, fine. I, as I said, found it annoying yesterday that the characters read back and forth a lot. I still like the ending and how it wrapped up. I just find it annoying in a way that, how do I explain it, like, that they have to have a happy ending, like a forced, like, be with a dude kind of ending. I know that is kind of within this world for, like, as a fairy tale, it's like a happily ever after. I didn't enjoy like that it was a tiny spin on it, but it was still annoying how they were still kind of trapped in the roles. Even though I do understand it because that is what the author has created, it was still annoying. But then at the same time I enjoyed it, so it's a bit confusing. It was a lot of like long declarations from a lot of characters. Like it was a really long book for no reason, honestly. Even though it was a super easy read, I just felt the book was really long for no reason. And while I enjoyed it, I also didn't love it. But then at the same time, in the end, I felt emotional. I got goosebumps and I bit teary-eyed because I was just like, "Aw, they all like got what I wanted." So I still felt emotionally attached, even though I have like, I guess, narrative issues with the story. I still think it had some nice moments. Again, just long and contradicting, as I am being contradicting right now. I still want to read the rest, so I'm debating if I should just get the rest and then see in a few years if I will hold them or not, because they are pretty cheap right now. This is the wrap for the story. I feel like he didn't need to write more books, even though he wants to do another adventure. But that's, I guess, normal for authors to do and continue the story, etc. But yeah, I'm giving it a 3.5. So honestly, it wasn't bad or terrible. It was fun. It was just like, I'm maybe like in between. I'm struggling knowing if I will love it or not because I love like a fairy tale, like twisty thing. And I know that he put the parameters in this world within those fairy tales. And that is why it reads like it does. But at the same time, it's a bit annoying. I don't know. But I definitely like the first book best. I feel like he did what he wanted to do best there and he could have left it there. But here we are, and I've read 3 books. And now it made me think about the movie that I only watched once and I kind of want to watch it again because I thought that was good fun, even though like it wasn't the best. It was just a good fun thing. Then, now I'm going to read a manga because we have now read The Last Exit for an Angel, A Crane Among Wolves, and Last Ever After. That is 3 full-length books. And now I can read Come Can Communicate again, volume 12. So I think yesterday I said I was just going to read it and I never said if I read volume 11, but obviously I did because I would have put it on a screen or something in the page count. So this is 192 pages as well, which brings us to 464 today, and we had 336 after that. So I do have my next book beside me, which I will show you later, I think. And later in like 10 minutes when I finish Call Me. But that is not actually all those pages, so I need to read like 30 pages in another book. But we can talk about that afterwards. Let's go. Now finished. Come Can Communicate. It was good. And the wrong way. It was actually really good. It was so cute. I'm so excited, like, because it's very slice of lifey. So sometimes the stories don't hang together. But I'm really hoping we continue with this a bit, and or if in the next one, a new character was introduced and she's just completely gone, because I will be so sad because I really enjoyed her. Komi's getting a lot of friends though. Her goal is to get 100 friends. She's getting a lot of friends, and I will be honest, at this point I have a bit lost overview of who's her friend or not. But like her main friends, I do have a good overview for, and it was so cute. Really enjoyed. So, going to the next book is a book that was picked out in series I needed to finish. It is a duology, and I have owned this book I think for about 10 years. Maybe like a bit less, like 9.5. But it was released in 2016. Was it 2016? So maybe I only owned it for 9 years then, actually. Either way, it is Airy by Maria Davana Hadley. And this is a sequel to Magonia, which was a YA that was released in 2015. I read it in 2015. I read it for this like book club thing. And then I didn't know about like the UK weird. I mean, they are floppy paperbacks and hardbacks, and I didn't know about that if I wanted them to match my other paperbacks, it would need to be a UK edition. But it was never released in the UK. That's besides the point, is that that's why I have like a huge paperback, because I bought paperback and thought it would match my others at the time. I read Magonia, as I said, 10 years ago, and I actually didn't even like it that much. But at that point in my life, I just bought sequels anyway, and I was going to read them. And that is why I never read this. And I still have it. Is it bold of me to read this, since I read that in 2015, and we are now in 2025, and not reread? I just read this, even though I can barely remember what happened. Is that bold? Very. Do I care? No. Because, like, I shouldn't even read this, honestly, because I don't even care, and I particularly didn't like the first one anyway. But I owned this for so long, it would be stupid, I feel like, to not to, because then I could have written it a long time ago. This whole point is that I will probably unhaul it. It's like they find like a thing in the sky. Where is the home when you were born in the stars? And it was kind of cool concept, but the way it's written is very annoying. They are very pretty though. And now I should read it. It's 307 pages, which means that when I'm done with this, I need to read 29 pages in something else, which is silly, but such is life. So I shall start it. I shall read it. Will I enjoy it? Probably not. But let's go. Hello. So I did finish Eerie. And as I predicted, I didn't really enjoy myself. Actually, it had like a whole summary of everything that happened in book one. In like the beginning, it was like repeating everything that had happened. So that was kind of nice. And I could kind of remember it, but I just like found it very uninteresting, because like, obviously I stopped caring since it's like 10 years ago since the first one that I didn't particularly enjoyed. And I really don't like the writing in this one at all. So I ended up giving it a 2. I will sadly unhaul it, because like, obviously it was a series I thought I would keep forever, but now I'm just like, why would I keep it? This can go to someone that can appreciate its beauty and its writing more than I can. So we have, I need to actually double check this. I just went on a different computer and I'm in a different place, and now the computer died because I just turned it on. I do believe we had 29 pages left. I can check it on my phone since the computer is not reacting. Phone, save me. Let's see. Oh my god, it's so... Why is everything being so difficult? Yes, 29 pages. And my next read is The Big Four by Agatha Christie. So this is the next Poirot I need to read. This is number 5 in the series. And I just saw a bunch of reviews saying it's really weird, because there was apparently a lot of short stories that they just put together in a book or something that like is kind of about one case. But I'm still going to read it, obviously. I was supposed to read this last year and then I didn't. And then I got it in series I needed to finish this year. And I thought that was karma, honestly. So I'm trying to get through as many as possible. This is obviously book 5 and there's like over 40 of them. So we should see how many I actually read. I own quite a few of them though. And yeah, the only 29 pages in this one. But it is a very short book, by the way. It is like 226 pages. So even if I got 100 pages for tomorrow, which we would do after I read my 29 pages, I won't finish it, which is a bit funny to think about. But yeah, now I'm gonna actually maybe edit a video. I have also been watching Black Mirror and doing nothing for like at least, I think, the past 3 hours or something, and just relaxing completely. And I also got lots of sleep today, which was very nice. And I'm just chilling. 800 pages was truly chill. And I'm kind of happy, but also I wouldn't have minded reading more. Obviously, I would have done it if I got that. Just gonna edit some. And we shall see what happens next. Yay! It is quite late, but such is life. I have just been gaming some Jackbox with friends. I did actually edit and upload a video as well. And I watched a bunch of Black Mirror today, so I've been relaxing a lot. Chill life. Did read my 29 pages in the book, so that is good. So I have now completed 800 pages. If you want time for today, I spent 3 hours and 1 minute reading. That's probably why I felt I had so much free time, especially being off work. And I thought I am going to bed, not like at once. I'm going to watch a bit more Black Mirror and then I'm going to go to bed. But I thought we could spend a wheel so I can mentally prepare myself for tomorrow. Now that I have such a relaxing day, I feel like obviously I'm fine with getting a high number. 1,800 is the highest you can get, but like 1,500 would still be high. I would have to read much more. But I just feel chill about the whole thing right now. Also doing sprints tomorrow, so it will be a good time. Okay, so just need to remember to record my screen. Okay, let's spin it. Ooh, 1,000. 1,000. The first type of vlog we started with. It's not that bad, honestly. It's like literally 200 more pages today, which I easily could have done. I was chilling a lot. I still feel like it will be a lot of chill tomorrow as well. Like I will have a lot of the day anyway. Maybe I'll get to edit more on another video. Maybe even film. Maybe even actually curl my hair, because then I can shower tomorrow and I can curl my hair again. I feel like myself again. I don't know if I will film since I filmed today, but I can definitely edit some. The vlog that I need to edit is much longer than I thought it would be, but also like it's not stress out since I posted today. So yeah, I just will read 1,000 pages and then maybe watch them Black Mirror, etc. I think it's a good time. Also, I need to remember to cut my bangs. I keep forgetting. But yeah, I'm going to watch at least one episode. So you should see me tomorrow. See you then. Hello, and good next morning. I have now finished the Big Four. It was weird, as people said. I didn't feel like it was like a concise story or like a mystery that was laid out as the others. And obviously I have enjoyed the others I read. I just didn't feel that in this one, like the same vibes even. It was the same characters, but I couldn't really get into the mystery at all, kind of. And I give it as a 2 because I wasn't really enjoying myself. It was a quick read at least, and I'm glad for that. But overall, just feeling very whatever about the whole thing. But there was some quick pages. If I can, what is with this spreadsheet that is never open? I'm about to start sprints with Cecilia in 14 minutes, so I am excited for that. But we have already read 197 pages. We only have 803 left. My next read is Gleanings by Neil Schlusman. This is in the arc of the Scythe series. This was picked out the series I needed to finish randomly because I had this on the list obviously since it's part of the series, even though I had completed it, but then they added a short story. And I'm excited, kind of, because this is a world that I keep thinking about. It is a world set in the future, like a wide dystopian, where people have stopped dying. So they have these sites, I struggle with this word, that go on and kind of choose people to reap, because they need to kill people to not have overpopulation. So some have different ways, and then the reapers or the scythes can choose out if they want to do it randomly or overtly, or sit down and talk to them, etc. Anyone can it happen to, and I do believe they are chosen because the world has cured death and a lot of things. I think the world is very fascinating. I know a lot of people was disappointed in the ending, but I personally really liked it, and I liked overall the story a lot. I just found a romance a part of the story very boring and unnecessary, but the ideas, the morals of the story are very, very fascinating to get into. So I did overall really enjoy the original trilogy, and I do believe that these short stories, I don't remember if they're set after or before the final book. I don't even know when this is set, but I am excited anyway. If it is it builds up to a war we know, if it is after, if it is some in between, I actually have no idea. But I am excited and I am fascinated. I'm excited to go back into the world. So it is. I was just gonna see. Oh wait, there's many different authors that contributed. It's not only Neil Schlusman. Interesting. So it says it is 423 pages long, which is kind of great because that is a lot of pages. And I do believe it's going to be a semi-fast read at least. So after that, we only had 380 left. So I will get back to you what we were going to read then. And you should see me then. Yay. Hello. I am on sprints with Ro and Cecilia. We're having a grand time. And I have now just finished Gleanings. I liked it. But it has been a really, really long time since I read the arc of the Scythe actual series. I was a lot of characters that I couldn't remember that well, or what they were doing, and a lot of things I didn't care for them. I found the beginning stories much more fascinating because we are exploring more of the world that we got to know in the series. And then there was some I honestly didn't care for, but I liked the last 2 ones a lot as well. I liked it fine. I feel like the only problem maybe is that I had to maybe reread the main series to read this. I just didn't bother because here we are, and then I completed it and it can go away from my series I need to finish. I would definitely think reread the whole series at a point later, just not right now. And then I can reread this again and maybe appreciate it more. But as of right now, I'm giving it a strong 3. We have, if you have counted, read enough books to read a manga next. However, we only have, wait if I can check this, 380 pages left. And the next manga we need to read is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, I could have gone to the next manga and then just like read more in another book. But instead, we're going to save this for maybe tomorrow when I get more pages and read something else. Now, the next read that I was supposed to read is actually Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. This is the final book in the Magnus Chase series, Ship of the Dead. And this was also chosen out in series I needed to finish this year randomly in the beginning of the year. However, once again, I have made this complicated for myself because a couple of years ago now, because I've been saying like at least the past 3 years that I'm supposed to catch up on Raiden, which is why I, for example, haven't read the newest Percy Jackson books that have been released, because I wanted to like catch up on all that was before. Like I haven't even finished Trials of Apollo and Magnus Chase, as you can see. And I've been reading in like order of publication, and then I skipped a few because I didn't feel like reading them at the time, but I own them, and I have this plan for next year to basically get rid of my whole TBR in a way, by reading them, by the way, get rid of my whole backlog basically. So that is why I feel like now is the time before I read this, and as we're doing this challenge, it's like the perfect time to just get through a couple of like companions I skipped. I was talking to sprints with the others and they all called me ridiculous because the books I'm going to read now are basically just like for babies. I don't care because I'm can with them, because such is life. So the first one I have skipped is the Kane Chronicles Survival Guide. It is super weird book because it's like with a magnet and it's just like facts about like the Kane Chronicle things. And there's another guide I have as well, but this got a guide in like this edition as well as like to the actual Percy Jackson series, and I have read that, and I'm gonna just read this. I bought this used of someone, I think off Amazon, which I feel like is worse than actually buying it new. But this is the first I skipped on the list. I'm just going to go in order until we actually get to the Magnus Chase one. This is, I know, a bit like maybe weird because obviously I'm going to read this much faster than like if I read like a full book. And I don't care because we're doing a challenge and I want to get rid of things on my TBR, so I don't need to read them next year. And I will feel stupid then anyway, so it's fine. I want to just like not have them on my TBR and just say I read them. And if I ever read through the whole series again, I probably won't read the companions again. This is according to Goodreads 144 pages, because I don't know if I can like actually check that in here. I don't even know. There's illustrations too. Yes, 144 pages. So when I read that, we still have 236 pages left. So I will update you when I finish that. Yes, you can laugh at me for reading whatever this is, but I'm doing it and you can't stop me. Let's go. That was, I predicted, a very fast read. It is actually a bit sweet because it made me want to reread the Kane Chronicles a lot, like the main series that I have finished. It is basically just facts about the world and everything, and a lot of it is obviously real facts from actual Egyptian mythology and Egyptian history, and then obviously added with as if to match Carter and Sadie, who are the siblings we follow in the series. I do think Rick Riordan is one of the best to using real mythology for his characters and like merging them together. Obviously, we can question if he should have written this, but he has, you know, made a whole imprint for authors to tell stories from their heritage later. But it was still like fun and like a refresher because it's a while since I finished that, and I want to reread, and now just like, why do I own this? I own it now, and will I own it forever? Probably. And maybe it was completely unnecessary to read it, but I didn't want to have it on my TBR forever, so now at least I read it. And we can go to the next one. So the next one on my list that I have skipped is another silly one. And it's ginormous because I'm collecting these in hardcover. Like I have the US hardcovers of all like Rick Riordan because I don't like the UK covers. And I didn't know it was going to be like a ginormous like illustrated thing. And it feels so silly to read this because this is like Percy Jackson's Greek gods and it's like stories about the Greek gods in the world. But at the same time, and I'm very in the mood for Greek mythology after, you know, listen to a lot of the Epic the Musical with Odyssey coming next year from Christopher Nolan, etc. But it's again completely unnecessary to own this. It is very pretty though and has like illustrations and it is like stories, etc. Probably written in the tone of Percy Jackson, but completely unnecessary. I completely agree with everyone telling me this, and why do I own this? I don't know. But here we are. Let's see how many pages it is. It is 313 pages. And it's like kind of, it's a lot of text because the pages are much bigger than a normal book. So that was kind of surprising. I don't think we need to read that many pages. No, we only have 236 left, right? So I will need to continue this tomorrow, actually, which is also silly. So then I should read to page 236 in this one. And it has like page numbers and everything, so it shall be good. It's like in the middle of a story as well, which I kind of hate, but here we are. And then I shall update you how it is. Maybe I think this is more like actual stories to enjoy than whatever guide I just read. So let's go. It is later. Not that much later, but later. 18 minutes left of the last sprint. I'm pretty hungry and it's like 21:12 and I still have not eaten dinner, but here we are. I read my pages in Percy Jackson's Greek Gods. It's actually quite fun. It's like Percy telling us like about the Greek mythology basically, and it's like his like tone of voice as he narrates the series as well. Obviously I have a couple of pages left of that, but we shall see if I shall finish that tomorrow. And we shall spin the wheel because I want to prepare myself. Actually, I just got feedback on my thesis that we've been waiting for a bit, so I should work with that. But we have good time, so like I can still complete this challenge. I get a really low number, I can work with it, but then at the same time I have not done any of the crafting I talked about in the beginning, and I have also still like have a couple of video stuff I want to do as well. So we shall see how it goes. It all depends on the wheel. Let's see if I can record. We are spinning. Oh, it was almost 300. It was almost 300. Hiding the slide. And the reason that I am especially happy about this, because I forgot to say before we spun the wheel, is that tomorrow I'm actually going to work. It's the one work day I have for this whole like challenge whole week. I only work 4 hours, but it's still like obviously I need to go there, I need to come back, etc. 400 pages is so little. I am so incredibly happy about this. It might even mean that I can at least maybe edit a video or do some thesis work. It all depends on my mood tomorrow because I need to go to work. But yeah, wow, that was easy. I didn't know I was going to be so excited for low numbers because at the same time I do want to read a lot as well. But I have read a lot. We need to remember I started this challenge so hard and now everything just feels like a breeze. I just keep forgetting that we started so hard. Wait. Okay. So we have actually from Greek Gods, we have left 77 pages. After we read done that, I have 323 pages left. Again, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is 405. Again, cannot read that because we have too many pages left. So I will be reading the Percy thing, and then I have another Percy thing I can read after that, which I feel like we will read the whole thing and then maybe something else and another Percy thing again. This suddenly became the Rick Ryan and Percy Jackson vlog, not on purpose, but here we are. I kind of think it's nice to have some easy reads, but that also means I can't bring this to work. But I work with someone else tomorrow anyway. I just realized, so I can't read that anyway. It's all good actually. Now I'm like super chill. So wow. Now I feel like the challenge was too easy. I'm forgetting my pain like the first 2 days because now I just like this is too easy. But it's also a challenge for me to not overdo things, especially like reading wise. So I think it's good for me to ease up and remember that 400 pages is a lot. It just doesn't feel like it. So I shall at least finish that and then we shall talk more tomorrow. I'm gonna eat and then we finish Black Mirror. I can't speak anymore. So we just see if we go back to MCU or something else. See you tomorrow or if I don't vlog me anymore tonight. It is the next day, even though I look basically completely the same and I'm in the same place. I've been to work. It was a chill day. It was really nice weather. Everyone was in good mood. And I just finished Percy Jackson's Greek Gods. It was like a fine time. Like it was just like the stories of the gods from Greek mythology, and then like it's made into like Percy's tone of telling in a way. And it's like a lot of things I already knew, but it was really nice illustrations. And it was like a bad read or anything like that. It was just like, why do I have this book and why am I reading this? But at the same time, it was a bit fun. So I wouldn't say it was bad, actually. I actually enjoyed it a lot and thought it was fun. It's just like a very big book that I'm questioning why I bought now. But at the same time, I'm not gonna like get rid of it. I'm gonna have it and I'm gonna like, it's not like I was gonna say I could never reread, but I feel like I could have reread at a point. So who knows? As we know, we are going down the list and we have, after this, we had 223 pages left because we only got 400 pages, as we know. And the next on the list before we get to Ship of the Dead is the next one, which is Percy Jackson's Greek heroes. It's the same concept, just like the heroes instead of the gods. So I assume like Hercules and Odysseus, Jason, etc. will be written about in this one. This is actually thicker than the other. Same size though. And I remember I got it like damaged here, like the dust jacket was damaged when I got it, and I just didn't care to do anything about it. So we read this, but this is actually more pages than we need to read. It is like, what did I just realize it was? 383 pages, and we only need to read 323. So for tomorrow we have 60 pages left for whatever we get done. So we at least finish that tomorrow. I shall start reading now, and then I will be finished for today, and then I think I'll edit a video. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what we get in the view for tomorrow. Because now I feel like this was too chill, but at the same time, since it was a work today, it was kind of perfect. So, yay. I feel like I used ages reading today. Like, reading time-wise, probably not, but it's like 21:30 almost. And I just finished. And I'm just like, where did time go? What did I do? I mean, I did eat at a point, but still. I don't think I told you, like, the reading time yesterday. But now it is, like, it's not accurate because I added, like, audiobook time as well, because I did listen to audio as well when I curl my hair and stuff. As well as today, I also added audiobook time. So it's not like completely accurate anyway. So, well, let's never mind that then. But I did finish my pages. 400 pages took me a long time. That big book there takes a long time to do for some reason. But we are done. So tomorrow we've been invited to dinner to Erica's. And I'm just like, obviously I wanted to go because free food and yummy food and you get dessert. And yeah, I love dessert. I wanted to go, but now I realize I am still doing this challenge. So if we get that 1,800, I need to either stay up really late or do the pages the next day. I realize also it's only 2 days left of the challenge. And I feel like it went by so fast, especially since the last few days haven't been stressful. That's probably why. Okay, recording my screen. Let's do it. Let's spin it for tomorrow, the 6th day. Oh, my sound is so low. Oh! I got a fear that it was going to be like 1,200 for some reason. 500. Very doable. Very chill. I can't believe you're getting all these chill numbers. Now I'm just like, did I make this challenge too easy? But that is because I have now forgotten the pain I had the first 2 days. Can't believe I think 1,000 pages is easy now compared to that. But 500 is fine. It is more than today. And as I said, I am going to this dinner. So like, it's kind of perfect because like, it's still enough. And it's fine. So I will start tomorrow with reading the rest of this. It's 60 pages left of that. And then after that, we have 440 to read, which I will show you later. I also found a bunch of other companions I have got my own to read in this world. So it seems like that's the only thing I'm going to be reading for the rest of the vlog. And I made it too easy to myself. But you know what? I think I deserve it. I deserve to just get rid of books on my TBR and make it easy to myself. I have declared this now. And now I kind of don't want to edit anymore because it's late and I kind of want to journal because I still haven't done that. But I might edit a bit, which I see. So, see you tomorrow. Hello. It is next morning. I'm on sprints, doing some early sprints because we go out for dinner. And then I finished this Greek heroes. It wasn't about all the heroes I wanted, but we got like a lot of the famous ones. I just wanted some about Odysseus, but I'm fine. But it was still a good time. It was still a good time. Like 3.5, rounding up to 4. It was a good time. I realized that now I could have read that manga. I've been waiting for 2 days. Because we have enough pages left to read it. Like we have 440 pages left, right? So I could have done it. But then that manga is 405 pages. That would have been all our pages left. And now I feel silly. I'm already being so silly with reading all these Percy Jackson's companions that I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't be that silly. And tomorrow, if we get like 1 billion pages, it would be nice to have a 405-page manga. At this point, I would just read all the manga after the vlog is over because now I feel like we've read so many books. Even though they are companions, it's still a full-length book. When I say a full-length book, I just mean not a comic or manga, by the way. I could probably read like 2 mangas at this point. So I might just do that after the vlog, honestly, because I don't know what's happening here. But we are reading more companions because that is what I apparently have now decided. But I'm using now this vlog to get rid of all of these from my TBR. So honestly, it's a win-win for me. But the next one is, I'm struggling. The Demigod Diaries. I thought I read it, okay? Because I read the other like Demigod Files, which was actually pretty good. It was like a Percy Jackson companion. Percy Jackson and Olympians. This is like to the other like Heroes of Olympus companion, like the next series with also Percy Jackson in. So it's new short stories, games, and more. And apparently I didn't read this. I thought I had because it was like crossed off in my list. But then it showed up in like my TBR where like I have cataloged all my books. And I was like, oh, I haven't read this. So now I'm reading that now. Then there's actually another companion after that again. This is, I forgot to tell you how many pages. 242 pages. Ooh, that is so many pages for such a little thing. So after that, we only have 198 left. I'm cheating my way through this, and I love that for myself. I need to sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! Nasty. Okay, well, see you when I finish that. I did finish Demigod Diaries. I actually really enjoyed this one. It was like more of 4 short stories in the world, like in the middle of Heroes of Olympus. It's set before Heroes of Olympus is over, but I have completed that, so I always know what's gonna happen, but still, like, it doesn't matter. So we had like one really good with Percy and Annabeth, and we had the latest one, which was actually written by Rick Riordan's son, who inspired all of Percy Jackson, and he like got to write a story in the world, and he was like 16 when he wrote it. It was really good. I really enjoyed this one. So this companion is more of like actual short stories with the different characters we know from like the Percy universe. I'm calling it the Percy universe. Half-Blood in universe. But now the next companion I'm going to read, which is the last one I need to read before I'm going to read an actual full-length book, but then also it's not the full-length book which is Ship of the Dead. It's not that one. But it is a guide to Valhalla, or Hotel Valhalla, Guide to the North World, Introduction to the Deities, Mythical Beings, and Fantastic Creatures. This is like actually a guide, so it feels like a silly goose to read this. I just want to show you, I have 2 other guides. So I also have Camp Half-Blood Confidential. This belongs to like Percy, because it's just like from Percy Jackson. And it's like the design is like kind of like as a notebook, so you're supposed to like as a half-blood have this in your pocket or something. The same with this one is like notebook like design. And then we also have Kane Chronicles, which is like belong to Kane Chronicles. The ones I'm missing is for Camp Jupiter, which is like for Blood of Olympus, Heroes of Olympus. Sorry, I keep calling it Blood of Olympus. That's just the title of the 5th book, which is like the kind of the next book I need to buy anyway when like I caught up with where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, we are at least reading this one. Then it is a full-length book. Then it is another companion. Then it is Ship of the Dead. Depending on how many pages we get tomorrow, we might do this, or we might just never actually get to the book I need to do. So I checked the pages for this. It is 143, which is like the most silliest pages, but also it's like, you know, when I read a manga, I count those pages, and I consider this as easy to read as a manga. Sue me. So this is, oh no, I didn't write it here. I just want to see how much pages I had left after this. So we put in 143 here. And then after that, we have 55 pages left. And then those we will actually read in the next book that I will show you then. Now I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. See you then. I feel like I've been contradicting, because I feel like when I had 1 billion pages, that is when I should have read all these companions, but instead then I read difficult books, and I'm reading easy books when it's easy. Either way, I did finish Hotel Valhalla, Guide to the North Worlds. It was funnest in the beginning, but then it's just literally a guide, facts about the creatures stuff. Some had like some stories from like the actual gods. That was fun. Creatures and stuff wasn't as interesting. I'm giving it a 3 if you can even rate this. And then I read that. And now for the like actual full-length book, we are not reading Ship of the Dead. We are reading The Dark Prophecy, which is book 2 in Trials of Apollo. In publication order, this comes before, and now that we have like been so nice and like followed the list, I feel like we can just still do that. And like it is a nice booster for me to actually get through these books, because again, I do really want to catch up on the newest releases. Trials of Apollo is when Apollo becomes a teenage boy that needs to go to Camp Half-Blood, and he's been punished by his dad, Zeus. And then it's very fun, and then he goes on an adventure, and then the characters from like the other series do also show up here. So I am very excited. I did really enjoy, what was the first one called again? The Trials of Apollo? Is that what the title of the first book? The Dark Prophecy? I don't remember. No, The Dark Prophecy is what I'm holding. Oh my god. What is the title? Oh my god, he dedicated a book to Ursula Le Guin. My heart. It says in here probably, if I can find it. Yeah, The Hidden Oracle, that is the title for the first one. So, we only have 55 pages left, so I put in a bookmark. I'm only supposed to read until here, and then we will spin the wheel and maybe have a more challenging day tomorrow. I don't know, I'm just vibing. Let's go. I have hereby finished my pages. Oh god, in the second I started the vlog, something went into my eye. That was annoying, but hello. There's 55 pages in this, very fun. Also, I checked last time I read one of these. Because I can't remember if I read Hidden Oracle last or if I read Hammer of Thor last. But this was read in 2022. Not this, I mean the last one. Hidden Oracle. That is insane because I remember saying that year that I was going to finish all of Rick Riordan at least next year. That would have been 2023. We are in 2025, girl. Right, I now want to see when I read Hammer of Thor. Because I was thinking that earlier, at least I got some refresher of like how the world works in this one, which is good. Hammer of Thor was November 2023. So 1 year later, I read the next one that when I was supposed to finish it within that year. That is insane. And now, after all this time, I'm continuing. At least I've read a lot of companions now and caught up on those. But yeah, so their pages has been finished. We can still do read for tomorrow. The rest of the day is dedicating to, I'm going to finish on the vlog. I didn't get finished yesterday, but I'm very soon done, so I'm happy about that. I'm still on sprints, and I'm leaving for dinner thing in like 2.5 hours maybe. I don't know. I can't math right now. Let us record my screen. I'm hoping for actually a bit of a high number now. Because now, it got a bit easy, didn't it? Definitely to do with my book picking, and definitely to do with the fact that I got so many less pages. I just never realized how much I actually read. Let's spin. Well, I ask and you shall receive. We have 1,300 pages for tomorrow, which is, it's not the highest, but it's not the lowest either. Much more than we had the last few days. I can at least get to finish this Another Companion, and then maybe the actual book we were supposed to read all along, and then we will see if I do the manga or if I will read other things. Because now I have at least, I feel like 2 or 3 mangas I can read at this point. So I might do that outside the vlog as well. We shall see. But you shall see me then again for tomorrow. I'm gonna go edit. See you later. Hello, my dearest lovely people. We are in the last day of the challenge. Why do I look so tired? I am pretty tired. I don't know why. But I slept for a really long time, so maybe that's why. Last day feels really weird. I feel like it went by very, very fast. I have already read some today. I'm just gonna move the stuff behind me. I finished Dark Prophecy, which was good. It was a good time. It's a very long time since I read Hidden Oracle. I almost call it Trials of Apollo every time. So like I was confused of what happened, but it's still like he's such a good character. It's such a good time. It's so fun how he mixes together the different series and the different characters from the different series. And I just care generally about this world, about the characters again. The developments, the writing is very fun and just chill. And I don't read much middle grade now that I used to. Like I have a little middle grade shelf down here, but like a part of me is just like, do I even care about any of these books anymore, you know? So I feel like I gone away from that stage, and maybe we'll be back to that stage later. But like Rick Riordan still has me in iron grip, and it was very enjoyable. So then I had finished, let's look at the pages, 346 pages, and now starting my next one. I actually started a few pages in, and this Camp Half-Blood Confidential, which I thought belonged to like Percy Jackson and Olympians, but it actually belongs to Trials of Apollo. It's like Trials of Apollo 2.5, which is obviously, this is book 2. This is book 2. So this like 0.5 would be read after this. Maybe some spoilers from like that. I don't know. But it is like Camp Half-Blood makes sense because that is where Apollo is, etc. And this is 146 pages. It is a bit longer in theory in actual pages, but then it's just like snippet from Dark Prophecy in the end, and then also like lists and stuff with like words and stuff, and I don't count those in. So it's 146 in this. We have 808 after that. So I should keep you updated then what I'm reading, but you should know because that is the book I was supposed to read before I started all this companion shit. And then we still have more reading after that. So yay, last day. I'm feeling very chill because I only have 800 left and this is going to be an easy read. So yay, finished Camp Half-Blood Confidential. It was fine. Like it was just like literally went around Camp Half-Blood, but obviously this is set after the other series, so things has changed from like the get-go. So obviously read this later and not when like you were reading Percy Jackson. Read it at 2.5 as it is intended. It was a good time, but like it wasn't incredible. It wasn't not incredible. I liked the Annabeth one the most. It was fine. I don't know what else to say. Let's move on. I'm giving it like a 3. Like I liked it and I read it. I'm questioning why, but like a part of it is really nice and good reminders. And then other parts I'm like, why am I reading this as if I'm 12? But then I kind of want to be 12 again. So such is life. Either way, starting the actual book that started all of this, Magnus Chase, Gods of Asgard, The Ship of the Dead, third and final book in this, which was chosen, as I said now, 400 days ago, a series I need to finish this year. Very excited to complete a trilogy. And then we actually have pages left after this. I do have plans, but like, we can talk about that later. We only have 398 pages after this because this is 410. That's not a lot. It's not going to take me long to read this. You shall see me then. I have been so sleepy today. Like, so sleepy. I keep reading and then I just like don't feel like reading. So I take down my book, I scroll on my phone, and I'm not like usually like a really particular big scroller. So I'm just I feel so tired. I don't know why. I hate it. I finished. Where's the book? I don't even actually know where the actual book is. Where is it? I have no clue. But I did finish Ship of the Dead. I teared up in the end. It was really sweet. Romance did not go where I expected. Story itself did go where I expected. It was really good. Good time. Really enjoyed. Giving it a strong 4. I don't have more to say than that. Then, we are reading another companion. This is for the Kane Chronicles. Considering when the Kane Chronicles came out, I feel like this is really late. But I guess like, this is when it was prompted by the publishers to do them. But like, it's very late considering that finished up in 2012, is it maybe? And then this companion came in 2018. If I know the years in my head. But many years later. It's a short companion. It is... I'm so tired. It's great. It's so short, but I don't understand why I'm so tired. It says 173 pages. So if I put it in here, I have 225 left. I will let you know what I'm reading then. I will try to not fall asleep, but at least this is short and very easy. I finished the Kane Chronicles manual thing. I used a really long time because I started to chat with people on Instagram. So there's that. But I finished it. It was fine. It was all of quizzes. And I think I liked it less because of that. But I'm still giving it like a 3, whatever. So yeah. We now have 225 pages left of this challenge. Confirming, yes. I decided to just read more random. So we have The Burning Maze, which is the next in Trials of Apollo, obviously. This is book 3. And I'm going to read 225 pages of this. In theory, I could have finished this. But I just don't think I will bother. I will just read the rest tomorrow. I also have like 4 mangas I can read now. Because like I'm counting all of the small books as a book. Judge me. As like a full book, so I can read a manga. Because I'm due 3 and I'm on manga. And in theory, I could have done all of that today as well. And gotten many more pages in this vlog. I just feeling a bit lazy and I'm like, I can do it tomorrow or later. So I'm going to read like basically half of this. It is like 419 pages. And I can just like have it as my book tomorrow. It's weird to end the vlog mid-book, but whatever. I didn't do that in the last one. I think the last ones I just read much more than was required. But when I finish this, we will end it on 7,900 pages, which is more than 1,000 pages a day. It has been ups and downs, but I will talk to you later when I actually done the 225 pages in this. Yay! I did finish all the pages. We have accomplished the whole challenge. I'm feeling very under the weather today, very tired and a bit sad. So I will end this vlog later and then do a thumbnail and all that. Reflect upon what happened when I maybe have edited and some and stuff. So you should see me then. But we have completed everything. And I'm gonna go and do something else. So see you soon. Hello everyone. So I have now edited through most of this vlog, looking fun and good and all that. I realized I was very dramatic in my last clip. I was like, I'm gonna do something else, and I left super dramatically. I don't know what was up with me, but I am hoping to post this vlog very soon. And I have seen that we ended up on 7,900 pages. A very nice and neat little number, almost 8,000 in a week. That's pretty nice. We ended on 25.5 books because we didn't read all of Burning Maze for this. I read the rest the next day. And now I need to do the thumbnail. And I had forgotten I hadn't done the thumbnail yet. So I put in all the books in place again. And now I had to like dig them out of my ass to do the thumbnail. So obviously I became a silly goose in the end of the vlog and started to read lots of companion books. But you know, life, it's fine. I am hoping to do another challenge video in May, but it depends a lot because I want to do the other version of picking out random numbers. So if that goes according to plan, you might be seeing that not too long after this. We shall see. And I'm basically done with my thesis. And as I said at the beginning of this vlog, I got a job. Things are lining up really well right now. And I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. It was a fun time. It was very stressful in the beginning, then became way too easy. So such is life, but I still got to read a lot. I had some days that are dedicated truly to reading and some where I chill more. And I hope you are doing well. Leave a shocked face emoji down below because we read a lot of pages. And you should see me soon in a new one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!